Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. The altcoin market is really waking up. Most people still have bear market mentalities, in my opinion. Even though people know that Bitcoin is at $13,000 today, a lot of people still think Bitcoin's price chart, in the back of their mind, they still think that Bitcoin looks like this, when in reality, Bitcoin's price chart looks like this. And it's shocking almost, because you still think of Bitcoin as being in a bear market, but in reality, this is the last major hurdle before Bitcoin's price can target $20,000. $20,000 Bitcoin is back on the table if the bulls clear this key resistance cluster. And something that I'm seeing, because again, I try and stay in tune with the trends and everything going on in the cryptocurrency space, something that I'm seeing is that, yes, Bitcoin has never looked better. And another metric, the number of Bitcoin whales has never been higher. Take a look at this uptick, meaning that the number of Bitcoin addresses holding 1,000 Bitcoin hits new highs. And every metric besides this, we've been going on over all this stuff on the channel for the past months, if not years. But something that I'm seeing differently happening now, and we got hints of this when we had that big DeFi bubble months ago. But beyond that, the greater cryptocurrency market, the altcoin space, waking up in a big way. And I just want to give you my opinion. It's still my personal goal to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. But it is my opinion that the next 2 years aren't going to look like 2018, 2019. They're more likely going to look like 2016, 2017. And I am going to get more exposed to altcoins. I just want to let you know. Now, I already have a Bitcoin hodl stash, which is going to keep increasing. But I'm letting you know that the greater cryptocurrency market is starting to wake up. So let's get into some of this news. We'll start off right here. Before we get into Electroneum and Iota, and I have a lot to say, this is something we touched on the other day. Both Cointelegraph and CZ tweeted about this information. Spotify competitor Audius airdrops 8 million of tokens to users and artists. Ethereum-powered Spotify rival Audius has distributed 8 million worth of tokens to 10,000 artists and users. And let's read the details, and I'll give you my thoughts. Make sure you watch the whole video today, and let me know your thoughts about this change we're seeing. Let me know your thoughts below. The crypto-powered Spotify competitor Audius has retroactively distributed 50 million of its native audio tokens to artists and listeners using this platform. I'm not saying this is investable or not. I'm just sharing with you what's going on. The distribution came alongside the launch of the audio governance token on the Audius mainnet, with 5% of the token's initial 1 billion supply distributed to its top 10,000 artists and fans. Audius seeks to reward content creators and listeners using its governance token, affording them voting rights over how the protocol will evolve in the future. The project plans to use blockchain tech to increase transparency and reduce middlemen across musical supply chain. However, the native token currently only has 2 uses. It allows holders to access an exclusive Discord channel and can be staked, with 1.4 million audio currently locked up. Okay, the team is celebrating its mainnet launch with a Twitch stream featuring popular artists like deadmau5 and RAC. Did I get that right? A lot of people roasted me in our video the other day for not getting these names right. The algorithm determining token distribution heavily favored artists over listeners, with 75% of the issued tokens allocated to creators based on the number of streams they generated. Of note, a rather large 40% of the token supply has been allocated for the Audius team and advisors, including deadmau5 and RAC, with 36% set for distribution among the platform's investors, 17.8% of supply allocated to community governance treasury. The token supply is set to inflate by 7% each year for the future of distribution to users. I'm not saying this is a good idea. I'm not saying this is a bad idea. I think we see plenty of things that are of note and make us think a little bit more. But this is happening. Something else that's happening is Electroneum, one of the biggest ICOs from 2017, 2018, still working. I've been critical on these guys before. They're still working. And they have an hour interview on Fox Business. So I'm just letting you know that channels like Fox Business are taking interviews with companies like Electroneum. It's something to keep in mind. Iota, a project that was in the bear market, proved to be permissioned, proved to be centralized. That hasn't stopped anybody. They joined the Japanese government on blockchain-based maintenance project. Iota blockchain finds a use case in industrial maintenance. Really, to give you the notes, a nonprofit organization behind the Iota blockchain, the Iota Foundation, is collaborating with Japan's government on a project targeting industrial infrastructure. I mean, you can read about this yourself. The point is, they have made a partnership with Japan's government. I guess Japan's government is willing to, try out Iota. Fox News is willing to interview Electroneum's leadership. Stuff like this is happening. The reason for this video today is I just want to let you know that I think the next 2 years are going to be closer to 2016 and 2017. And really, everybody thought about the 2017 bubble as something that would rival that of the dot-com bubble in 1999. But the market cap for everything was so small at this time when the dot-com bubble was confined to the United States, accredited investors only. So it had big limitations, and despite that, 2017 was smaller than that. Now, the plumbing and infrastructure over the last 2-3 years in crypto has 100x'd, in my opinion. For a while, I was considering the possibility, will the outside world only think like Bitcoin maximalists or Bitcoin fundamentalists, that Bitcoin has the true value? And while we're smarter than the outside world, because we realize that, it seems to me like not a lot was learned in 2017. Some was learned. Definitely, there's projects that are better than others, but not a lot. And stuff like this Spotify thing reminds me of 2016 and 2017. So I guess I'm not giving you buy and sell decisions. I'm just letting you know I see a trend change happening, and you can position yourself accordingly. I do invest in altcoins. I do make altcoin trades. I do put my profits back into Bitcoin. And, trading altcoins, whether it's cycle trades or whatever it is, I do it few and far between. I do a lot of research. I stay up to date on the trends. And if I see something that looks interesting, if I see a project setting up, like I saw Chainlink setting up before it had its big run, I said, I think Chainlink has fundamental problems, but it looks bullish to me, price-wise. I do take out positions. And I think things are going to get big, guys. I think things are going to get really big. So I hope I wasn't rambling. Today's video is more about me giving you my thoughts going into the future of this space. I think a lot of people still think in bear market mentalities. I think a lot of people who have only been focused on Bitcoin don't realize that this stuff is still happening in such a way. I think it's going to rival 2016 and 2017. And you and me, we're in a good position because while most people dove into Bitcoin and dove into altcoins right around here, we're coming into this space now closer to right around here in this cycle. So make your own decisions. This is what I'm thinking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know a lot of people were already bullish on altcoins. So let me know your thoughts.
Like the Chinese government out in Beijing, cryptocurrency, it's a real thing. Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you got a lot of that, you're a wealthy man. But if you go to the Republic of China, get a little coin out, yeah, it's a shiner. See all the sunlight reflect off the currency. They're not doing that well though currently. A trade war coming on between here and China. Yeah, the White House in fear saying, oh God, yeah, we got those tariffs. Gotta keep the money in that balance. If you don't study it fiscally, there's no laughs in here. It's a risk for me.